Today I'm going to be installing these fuel injectors. It's going to be fairly easy. We're going to start by unplugging these connectors that are in the fuel injector there. And then we're going to take these off. I'm going to take the oil catch can off here so we can get that out of the way. And after we undo each of these hold down bolts, then we'll be able to wiggle the fuel rail up and out of the seats there. We're gonna start by pulling the fuse for the fuel pump in the trunk here, and then I'm gonna start it and run it till it shuts off, and that will just bleed off some of the pressure in the fuel rail, so it will spray less. And after we pull it, we're gonna start it up and let it stall. Alright, after you do that, you can put it back in. Okay, so these plastic parts aren't wanting to twist off, so I just got a deep 15 here. We can put it over here, and that should break it free. So we're gonna take all 4 of these out. Alright, so now I'm gonna grab this railing from each side and I'm gonna wiggle the injectors up out of their seats. If you have the original injectors in here, it might be quite difficult to lift up because there's a lot of buildup on the O-ring. But you just wiggle at it and pull up, and after you wiggle it enough, then it will come out. You just gotta pull out this side here now. Alright, I now have them lifted out of each side. So I'm gonna flip them up so they're more visible. We wanna make sure all the old O-rings came out of the hole. Alright, I was able to flip the rails upside down, and I got the O-rings on all of these. What we're gonna wanna do before putting the new ones is clean out any debris that's in the hole. We wanna clean out the injector holes there, and then we're gonna take these metal clips off the old injectors, and then we'll pull the old injectors out. Alright, I have all the injector clips out now. So now I'm gonna wiggle the injectors and pull them down. But I'm gonna put something underneath it because it's gonna leak gas out of here now. Alright, I got that side out. I'm gonna get the other side out and start cleaning stuff up. Okay, I got the injectors out and I got it cleaned up. And now I got these injectors ready to go in. I'm gonna dab my finger in a little bit of grease and then put it around the O-ring, and then I'm gonna slip the injectors into the rail first, and after they're in the rails, I'm gonna clip them in place, and then I'll lubricate the other O-rings. As you can see, I have a little bit of grease on the O-ring, just enough so that it will slide in. And we'll bring it over here, and we're gonna gently slide it in the rail. You need to push on it a little, but it will slide in. You want to make sure that it didn't get pinched, which it didn't, and we'll slide it in the rest of the way. And that one's in. Now all we need to do is put the clip on it. And there we go. This injector is in there, and I'm going to lube up the rest of the injectors and do the same thing for the remaining 7. Alright, once we get all the injectors in place and clipped in and the O-rings are lubed up, we're going to flip them around back how it was before, and we're going to gently wiggle the injectors until they seat down into place. It's definitely important to have these O-rings lubricated. It will make it a lot easier. Alright, now you can see they're all sitting on top, so I'm going to evenly apply pressure on the rail with both hands and wiggle it until those fall down into place. Alright, with a nice wiggle and some pressure down, they slid into place nicely. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Okay, once they're all fully seated, we can start putting these back in to hold the rail. Alright, I have the rails tightened down now and everything's in place, so I'm going to start plugging the injectors in now. And once they click into place, I'm going to push the red locking tab down. Alright, just going to reattach the old catch can here. Okay, I have everything back together now. We're going to turn the key to the on position and let the fuel pump pressure up, and then we're going to check around the fuel injectors right quick, just make sure nothing's leaking. And then after that, we can go ahead and start it up. Since I put bigger injectors in, I need to tune it before it's going to run properly, so I'm going to tune that next. But if you have stock injectors, then now would be the time that you can start it up and check it out. Check to see if there's any leaks, and if there's no leaks, then you're good to go. Currently loading the tune that has the fuel injectors loaded to it, and after I'm gonna start it up and hopefully it's gonna be running right.